guys, welcome back to the channel. Figured I'd go ahead and do another cold start for y'all. It's about 40-ish degrees out right now. I haven't had the truck running in I think 2 days now, so let's go ahead and get our key on here, turn that off. I'm gonna pull the choke for this one because it's probably gonna be pretty rough. See, I got the pedal just a little bit down. Okay, we're probably gonna have to do some good cranking on this one. Pedal pumping too. That's not too bad. I got my foot just a little bit of weight on the pedal. Try to get you an angle. See, there's off and there's just a little bit. Oh, there she goes. Okay. Not too bad. Like I said, it's about 40-ish degrees out, so it's not too terribly cold. Alrighty, so sorry about the time gap. Something happened with the camera, but we got her running now. She's not too happy. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the ignition components. I think they might have a little bit of corrosion underneath the cap, but I'll show you guys how to look at that and how to take care of that. It's very easy. It's a pretty common thing to double check. So she died out again. Let's go ahead and I'm going to give her about halfway throttle. Let's see, the choke is off. We're going to crank her real quick here. Yeah, she's not quite hitting on all 8. It is a little off. I'm trying to kind of stabilize this camera. It's just shaking all over. We're at about 1200 RPMs. I'm sorry, 15. Now you can't automatically assume there's issues just because she's rough to start. Doesn't always mean that there's an issue with the carburetor or the ignition, but I've noticed driving this that there is a little bit of a skip from here to there. I actually drove it down the road a little bit. So we're going to start with the simplest thing. First, you want to make sure that all of your plug wires are on the distributor good and tight. Double check the wires on the plugs themselves. Also, you want to make sure that none of these wires are touching. That's what these little clips are good for. They keep all the wires kind of separated. It's not the most pretty setup right now, but it works. So you want to move on to your cap now. You're gonna pop that off, and you're going to check these little terminals here to make sure there's no corrosion. There are some spots on there where it is corroding. You see that? So I have a brush, a wire brush I'm going to use to clean that up. Also, want to double check your rotor, which on these it just pops up. Now some other ones, they will they'll have like a little set screw. Let me see, where's my hand? They'll have a little set screw on the back or on one of the sides. Also, bring that close. Do you see that little notch in there? Make sure that's intact and it's not spun off. But right now we're looking at the part where the electricity for the ignition comes in, and that does have a little bit of crap on it. So you can just wipe that off with a cloth. You don't want to necessarily take a brush to it. Also double check this end, make sure that it's looking all right. And it doesn't ever hurt to really replace these. This one, it looks like it still has some life in it. Always carry an extra one with you though, because like I said, they're cheap. They're easy to change in. I think this rotor is maybe like $4 or $5. So, all right, let me go ahead and set you up for the next part here. Okay, so I took just a regular old wire brush to the inside of that. I also wanted to show you the difference between the rotor, which will be, this is the one that was, come on, focus. Why won't you focus? Okay. That's the one that was in there. You see it's got a little black where the arc is passing on the terminals. Here's a new one. This one has not been used. See, it's very clean. What is going on? Okay. It's very clean. So I think I'm just gonna replace that real quick, just because it's cheap and easy. Look at the two side by side here. So the one right here is the old one. We'll go ahead and just drop the new one in. But you want to make sure that the nubs on the inside are the same. Let me get that in focus. Just want to make sure everything is the same on these. You don't want to throw something in there that's not going to work. So you find that little notch that's on the inside I was talking about. There's something that corresponds with that on the inside. You just drop it right in there. Make sure there's not a whole lot of play. This has a vacuum advance, so yes, there's going to be a little bit of play there. That's totally normal. Just make sure that the rotor itself is not moving on the shaft. So now that we've got that done, we can go ahead and button this thing back up. I'm sure you can probably hear it's still a little stuttery. So what I'm going to do, I don't have a timing light. Let me put this somewhere so I don't chop my other hand up. So I apologize about the shake, but I'm going to give it a little tap on the throttle. It doesn't seem too far off. I'm going to bring this, advance it just a little bit. Tap the throttle again. Basically what you're trying to do is just find the point where it's working well. You want to tap that throttle just in case, you know, it's not completely set in. It can mimic like it, or act like it's okay even when it's not, if you just leave it idling. So it's always a good idea to tap that throttle a few times. Let me go ahead and put this up for you, get a little shot at the exhaust. Down here. This sounding good. Alright, I think I've got a camera angle that'll work. It's just kind of facing the hood for right now. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Back it up. And she feels like she's doing a lot better now. Alright, so I just backed it into my parking space. I'm in reverse still. And do you see how just smooth and steady that idle is? Still sitting at about, I'd say 400. And then she jumps straight up to about 8 or so. She's definitely running a lot better. And it's just a simple thing like that I just wanted to share with y'all. You know, don't overthink problems with these trucks or older cars. It's really easy to overthink things, especially since, you know, there's no diagnostic port hiding down there. But just stick to the basics. I appreciate y'all watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.